Welcome back. It's a Thursday afternoon, back from work, morning shift. On the other channels, I had told a few stories of clown worlds of Italian trade unions. I'd like to tell you a story briefly what happened this morning with a shop steward, which obviously is a sidekick of the establishment, and obviously hasn't got much brain cells in her fucking head. Episodes of this, I refer to my boss. This has been happening for a long time. I was on the breaking point of informing the boss, but I was very tolerant. Seeing other people in my shift, which I so-called run, I haven't got a qualification as a foreman of that shift. It's typical of those things. And I refer to the boss on the WhatsApp and with a photo of an empty workshop. These people have showed up for work. One, 6:25, the other one, 6:39. And the first one, after 10 minutes of hard work, he has abandoned what he was doing and fucked off for fucking coffee. I must emphasise, this thing is going on for a long time. People fucking off, long coffee breaks, and obviously the shop steward of one of these lazy buggers showed up, tried to do the right act to me, and saying, I'm going to report you shouldn't spy to the superiors and stuff like that. There is a thing which is called in Italy, in your working contract, obbligo di fedeltà. That means in certain situations you're obliged to have a sort of working report with a company under contracts. And this comes under referring episodes to superiors, which I referred. I did wait a long time for it because I'm a very tolerant person, and I do have a good public relations with people who I work with, because I don't rush them, I don't shout at them. If they do, they do. If they don't do, I refer, and it's their business. Well, this shop steward is one of the establishments. She used to work on one of those, what you would call it, assembly lines next door to me as a foreman. And she has still got that mentality of practically programmed in her head as what her boss says she does. If he says jump in a lake, she jumps in a lake. And she came out talking about this thing, goes, you shouldn't spy upon these people, referring what they do at work. And I said to her, listen, one shows up at 6:25, the other one shows up at 6:39. Oh, you can't do photos. This so-called photo was an empty workshop, which was sent to the boss at WhatsApp. Only him has got a copy. For safety, I already deleted my one, so. And she goes on, I'll report you to the person. The old Bill goes, okay, fair enough. And then she goes, I'm going to get angry. Okay, be angry then. We're going to go upstairs. Okay, fair enough. We go upstairs and we discuss with the bosses. Then I call you, all you fucking arse slickers and lazy buggers all out. Expose you. Spill the beans. In the most diplomatic way. She said, I'm going to get in contact your head secretary of your trade union, which I'm a member of. I've consulted him, told him about it. He hasn't been contacted so far. Then she goes, go on personal, explains you're still here and I'm over there. if one has become a shop steward, you do the interests of the workers, not of the establishment. And seeing she was an ex-foreman of one of these assembly lines, you can say she's morally incompatible to do a shop steward to represent the workers. That's a sort of conflict of interest it is. I didn't even bother responding. I just responded to the hasta la vista baby and then the story. Didn't insult the old dearie. No, she wants to make herself more intelligent than others, and culturally speaking, she doesn't know nothing about nothing. Probably knows something about the world of trade unions a little bit. But if you don't have much knowledge and you're only good at making speeches, what good you are. There was an old shop steward of mine. It was a left wing trade union, excellent shop steward, and this chap was sold up by his own trade union and then the establishment. The day he left, people who love this person cried. And he said, I only defend the people who are worthy to be defended. If you've done something wrong, you can go and be defended by someone else. Well, if you want to be defended, you're free to defend your assisted person. Okay. But start threatening, reporting for criminal charges, which in the end it will come back to you. If I decide to go legally against her, and I don't think so. She's all mouth for no action, basically. Petty little threats. These people, because they become shop stewards, they're all around all day, they're never at work. And we did have a case in our company of shop steward abusing trade union hours, they say here in Italy. And from the directives, it was expelled, but not as a shop steward in as those duties. Now this is another thing. Clown world trade unions here in Italy for another episode, I believe. She's maybe a good person, but limited in culture and knowledge. Obviously, she never stepped out of Italy, not even out of Toscana, I believe so. Get to know the world, study. It could be one of those sidekicks of the establishment or the system, because all trade unions, mainstream ones, they're all corrupt morally, because they sold themselves out to each government there was. They helped assist to eliminate Article 18, which defended workers' rights. They introduced this horrible thing which is called the Jobs Act, which they've never done nothing about it. And there's another thing. Here in Italy, there's so-called staging from school and work, and by law it's required a tutor for these people, but most of the time they're not, how do you say, tutored. It's not a person there, say, teach them a certain thing, a task. They leave them there for 5 minutes and they bugger off. And this poor student, I think it was of Giuliano, I think it's Napoli, I believe so, died at work in a machine, unsupervised. They should do something about that. They don't. There's only a few smaller trade unions which 1 hour strike at the end of shift they've done. These strikes are in vain if they don't change the law. Nothing will change. And the people have to open up their eyes and say, this is enough. What can you do? I think town trade unions, most of them, they're just interested in their corporation interests. Put people there and there. All day they just walk around doing fuck all on these special trade union hours, which is granted by law. More than a certain limit you can't superate, and you have to justify them. Well, I did mention the case before. One shop steward was expelled from directives, but not from his duties, which I find very, very stupid. You chuck him out or keep him. That's the end of the story. There's no halfway road. And that little bit pissed me off today as well. Okay, you can trust a fucking cunt like that.